Hey, it's Janelle. So we're going to let Facebook catch up with us, and we're going to get started in just a second as we tune into the Diamond Activator. Who's ready? I know I am. I am super excited to bring this information to you, aligned to the universal laws of wealth and opportunity. It's something that for me has been ongoing in my life since very early. And it is an amazing gift that was given to me very early on when I started building my first empire. And it was about, I guess it was around 22, 23 when that first came in, and when I first started getting the inklings around what Diamond Activator was. And I have spent the last probably 6 months unpacking the laws and the 20 law. There's actually 20 laws that I was given in the Diamond Activator program. So this is my free masterclass. I decided to get it ungated to you, unblocked, to where you could access it, just because I wanted it to be available to you. Hold on one second. Let me make sure that everything's good on my side. There we go. I'm going to try to watch your comments as we go. Okay. All right. So as you know, or a lot of you may know, I work with people directly on a soul level, and I help upgrade and dismantle some of your generational healing, your belief systems, and help you move into your soul alignment in this life. I've worked with people for 30 years. I am what's called a straight channel. I don't have a shut-off switch. I don't have a filter. I was born connected, born aware of my connection, and I see just as clearly as I see you, angels and guides, teachers, healers walking with us, as well as your loved ones that have crossed over. So it's been 30 years of that amazing work. And for me, I really didn't know at that. It's more commonplace now, but at my time, you know, I didn't really realize the level and the depth at which my vehicle is. And so I started my first brick and mortar company at 21. I built that to a multi-million-dollar business with 100 employees and 13 locations, and you name it, I did it. So let me know you're here. I'm just letting everybody catch up with me before I start teaching, because I don't want anyone to miss anything. So let me know you're here. Let me know. You can obviously share this because it's public. My goal in teaching this live and free and ungated was, I know that it's time for everybody to step into their divine wealth and to take and seize those opportunities that God has given to us. And you can call it God, you can call it universe, you can call it light, you can call it whatever you want, it doesn't matter. To me, it doesn't matter. And when you understand coming from soul that way, then you get what the piece is. So I'm going to give you, as I clear my throat, there's a lot of energy. Holy crap. Okay. So, what happens is that, you know, we get stuck in this paradigm of letting money serve money doesn't serve us. We are serving money. Whether you have money or you have a 6 or 7 figure business, doesn't matter. Money is still defining your version of yourself as well as your life. And if you don't have money and you're wanting to increase your standard of living and the things that you have opportunity to give back and do, what happens is that you also become in service of money instead of understanding how money can serve you. So both perspectives. My background as a child, not only just in my brick and mortar business that I just let go in 2018, when I was a child, I was born to 2 parents that had very vastly different generational wealth. My mom didn't have any wealth at all, and my dad had extreme wealth. Wealth that could build water wells in Africa and hire me a personal shopper at 8. Okay. So, and I had an extremely, wealthy education provided for by my father in private schools. So 2 diverse, oh, thank you. I'm going to give a shout out, but 2 diverse, very extreme contradictions in the world. While I went to the best, most expensive schools in Houston, I still lived in a 1-bedroom apartment with my mom and shopped at Goodwill. So there you go. All right. Hi, Jen. Hi, Erin. Hi, Sherry. I'm just giving shout outs to everybody. All right. Feel free to share away. This is all free. My goal is to help you up level and to begin to align with your own, not mine. This is not mine. This is your own pathway to divine wealth and opportunity. So with that being said, woohoo, who feels the energy in that? Tell me. Mm-hmm. All right, crazy amounts of energy moving right now. Let me sink in. So you have big dreams and you desire to align with the universal laws that will make them come true. You are powerful as a soul and with endless access to wealth, divine wealth and opportunity. This is your rite of passage. Understand that. This is your rite of passage. It's not just like it's for a select few and that's all there is. I deal with generational beliefs and healing around that. If you listen to my preview that I just did at like 7:45 because I was running late because my phone didn't exactly work, you know how that goes, right? No, I'm just joking. Yes, my phone did not work. You are here, all of you are here to raise the consciousness of the planet, whether you want to admit that or not. That's what we came here to do. Whether you're conscious of it or not, doesn't matter. You still came here to do the same thing. And when you create the understanding of the universe, of the universal energetics of wealth, it flows to you, liberating you to create wealth to come to you. So, hey, Debbie, I'm just checking in with everybody. Let me know. Give me hearts. If you're not currently following me, and I'm look, it's like a little bit shiny right there. That's my sense of humor, by the way. That's what you're seeing. And for those who haven't seen me do, I do actually do stand-up comedy too, by the way. Just me honoring my soul. Anyway, so if you're not currently following me, Facebook will not show you when I go live unless you click follow, because it limits what you see. So if you want to follow me and you want to see my lives and you want to see what I'm doing and you want to be in that energy, in that space, click the 3 dots and follow. This is public, so you can also share if you choose. So, woohoo, let's settle down into our frequency. I'm going to ask that the divine, that my guides, your guides, our teachers and the masters of money and wealth and opportunity come and be present with us. And I'm going to ask that they shower us with golden liquid manna of gold frequency to manifest in our lives at this moment. And I'm grounding that into the frequency of the earth, and I'm activating the divine diamond that is the earth, the core of the frequency of the earth, and so be it. That was a quick meditation, so there you go. All right, so the first one is, now I'm going to go through the laws if you're ready. Let me know you're ready, because this is very important stuff. Give me hearts, thumbs up. Tell me you're ready, type it, whatever. Because I don't want to get rolling and then you'd be like, wait. Hold up, I wasn't ready. All right. Woohoo. All right, so here we go. We got 20 laws to go through. So can you think, like 20 laws. Now, what I did with this is crazy. I gave this education to someone who was like irresponsible in every single way with money. And if they could understand it, you can. I'm just saying, okay? Trying to be respectful over here, okay? So the first law is the law of trust. It's the law of trusting your internal intuition and to trust the divine, that you are safe, that you're well cared for, that your nudges, your inner knowing about what steps to take, what action to take is in your best interest on both sides, both from the universe and from your soul. So the first law is the law of trust, trusting your own intuition, trusting your guidance, and trusting divine to put you in the right places at the right time. And trust that when you hear something or you know something is right for you. For example, this is kind of like, let's say a job opportunity comes up and you feel like you need to apply for that job. And you're on the fence, like you're feeling like back and forth, and you're like, I'm not sure, and I'm scared, and whatever. Or you're putting in a proposal for a client that you may potentially work with. And you feel like, oh my God, what if they don't, what if they don't like my proposal or my concepts or my ideas? That's you not trusting. That's you being in fear. So just to kind of give you context there. All right. Following me so far? All right. Woo. I want you to breathe while we're doing this, because I am activating you right now, just so you're aware. The law of openness and sight. What you see is what you get. So this is a doozy, because a lot of people get hung up on the first two, trust and what you see is what you get, the law of being open to what is around you and seeing potential, to seeing there might be a solution. I'll give you an example, and I think examples are very helpful with these. I had a client who kind of was struggling in his business. He didn't want to run it by himself anymore, and so he took on a partner, and that was outside of his scope of seeing solutions. But it popped in through his intuition, trust, and seeing opportunities. Openness, being open to solutions that might not be within your mental capacity to see. When you turn loose of the control around opportunities, it's actively being open with a free, open mind, free of judgment, that creates the space for new opportunities to show up for you. Just saying. You follow me? Woo. Anybody else feeling that crazy amount of energy moving, or is it just me? I don't think it's just me. I think it's just me. Okay. All right, we're just going to ground that frequency in. So the next law is the law of action. This is one that I think that most people, these are my top three, if you would. Most people struggle with taking action, okay? And feeling like, hold on one sec, because I got like, we're just gonna do this because my lovely eyelashes decided that they're gonna fall off, and there we go. So we're just gonna take that off. And I don't care if you like it or not. You can judge me if you want. I like glamorous eyelashes. It's my thing. I think I was like a goddess in another lifetime. Matter of fact, I'm pretty certain I was. Anyway, so we'll get back to the law of action. Go out and be more to attract more. I know, right? I'm so crazy. Anyway, so when things come to you, right? Because you're open, okay? You took the first and second step. Trust, open, and the law of attraction, okay? The law of action, meaning I'm taking action on these things that come up, right? Because what we do is we sit there and we go, oh, maybe that's not right for me, okay? Ooh. Hang on. And the truth is that we've been taught our whole life to be cautious, to think before we jump. And the energy in the space that we live in now is that things move so fast, and that's actually an old belief system that doesn't serve us anymore, to be honest. I know I make jokes about stuff, not because I think you actually judge me, but because, you know, whatever. But thank you. I love you. All right. So, the law of action is taking steps aligned. When you hear it, when you see it, when you know, jump. Take the action. Because being cautious, it's not where it's at. The powerfulness of your soul knows that the risk sets you free from limited thinking. I'm going to say that again. The powerfulness of your soul actually sets you free from limited thinking. It's crazy, right? Yeah. You have to shift from thinking and taking action. Taking action like carpe diem, seizing the moment, jumping when the energy is there, grabbing it by the horns and going, this is for me, okay? When you understand this is a way of magnetizing opportunities to come to you and wealth to quicken the pace at which things come to you. Changing, it's actually changing, listen to me carefully, changing your frequency, okay? Changing your frequency. Okay, so we talked about 3 things so far. So this next one is the law of looking for what is right, okay? So you know that thing that we do, I'm gonna put it very funny to you. Let me know you're still here. Yeah, I know. Most people that have been around me personally actually know that I have a crazy sense of humor that is like off the wall. So this next law is looking for evidence that it's right, okay? Because we're taught, okay, and this is a crazy one. I'm also reading your comments too here, by the way. To look for evidence to look for the things to be wrong, not right, right? This is the thing about positive thinking, and we're so, well, that can't be right for me because it came too easy. Have you ever done that? It was too easy. Shifting your focus from actually seeking from, okay. Shifting your focus from actively seeking for the negative to be right steals your magic. It steals your energy. It opens up the portal. When you choose to look for what is right, it opens the portal for things to be unlimited. In truth, you want positive. In truth, you want positive and always have. It's the truth. Since you were a kid, what changed your outlook was life. You let life dictate to you what is possible, what is right. And so that's what changed that law for you of looking for what is right. So that's the law of looking for what is right. The next one is one of my favorite ones. And I think that you'll enjoy this one too. I'll talk a little bit about this one as well. Look for magic, okay? I'm talking about miracle stuff. And the truth is, if you're not willing to see that we actually live in the universe. We don't live here just on earth. You are a multifaceted soul. The earth is a multifaceted, energetic system, complicated as we are. The universe, all the planets outside of our earth, everything is a complex inner working of things, okay? And so looking for the magic is when you have trust in the power of the universe, it shows up in your life as literal magic. And I'm not kidding when I say this. I have had things just blow me away in synchronicity and support of what I am doing every single day. And this is the universe, and your soul gets to create unexpected gifts to show up for you. And I mean gifts. I don't mean like, and this is one of the fun things that I've done with my soul legacy clients is I've taught them how to create what I call magic days or magic money. This is where that comes in. Think about all that magic stuff, gifts, money, upgrades on flights, upgrades on, maybe you get a free meal, maybe you get a free gift somewhere you go, opportunities that make other people wonder what you have that they don't. What's your secret? That's what that divine magic does. It's crazy. Oh, that's a big energy. So I want you to breathe that in. Breathe in that magic, that divine. Hey, Sandy. Blessings. Yeah, miracles. And, you know, the thing is, we always think about like in biblical times, and I use the air quotes because it's truth. We always think about like biblical time. I can't talk right. Biblical times. And you know, the reason why that actually happens, I'm going to shift gears for a second, is because I channel at the same time as I teach. And so sometimes the channel wants to come out and sometimes the teaching wants to come out, and they kind of go like this and they like intermingle. So it's kind of difficult. So we think about like miracles and stuff happening like in biblical times, and it's documented, but we don't think about modern miracles as much because we think it's going to be like the burning bush or, you know, parting of the Red Sea. And everyday miracles actually do occur. They really do show up out of thin air. And when you can begin to play in the magic of what divine and your soul is in its entirety, holy crap, there's nothing that can stop you. I'm serious. Whew. Okay, so now that I said that, there was a little bit of channeling mixed with a little bit of teaching, just so you're aware. Woo, so much energy. The next law is playing full out. This is a big one also. So we're getting into the heavy duty lifters is what I call them. These are the heavy duty. And I'm actually going to go through all the 20 laws, so hang tight. Your soul came here to play with the limits of what's possible. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, we have limits in our body, we have limits in our health, we have limits in our lives, and your soul came here to push those limits for whatever limits you have in your life. Now, this is why I say these laws are not, the 20 laws are not just my way of doing it. It's actually your way of doing it It's just, it's going to show up in a different way for you. This is like the guideline, the map, as you would call it. Actually, the universe wants to show off through you. And that's why I say we live in an unlimited world, an unlimited life, an unlimited soul potential. So if you put all three of those together, what it means to play full out is, remember when you were a child and nothing was off limits? That's why I say this goes hand in hand with magic. Because in truth, this is again what life taught you, was you are limited in what you get to do here. Child, you had to grow the hell up and realize that you are, this is what life teaches you. This is what adults put on their children. I want you to think about this. We teach our children to be limited. We teach ourselves to be limited because in truth, we get judged. That's the truth. The truth of the matter is we get judged for it. And so we shut down. How you know I'm channeling is because I turn bright red. Okay, I'm just telling. That's how you know. Okay, that's how you know. Just saying. Okay. The next law is the law of taking risk. Because if you don't take any risk, then why? Because you're just going to do the same thing. This is the same thing. This is the old paradigm. You're powerless. You have this thing in life that tells you, no, stay safe, stay cautious, because when you step off that ledge, you don't know what's out there. May not be good. Yeah, that. Set yourself free from that limited thinking that you have to be in that safe container. Don't put so the next one is I know, right? My eyes are crazy. If you really want to know what I'm thinking, just look at my eyes, okay? You'll see the windows to the soul. Yeah. Oh my God. This is funny. So the law of what you are capable of. So in truth, don't put limits on anything. We're meant to experience life in this way. We're meant to experience an unlimited, ungated, joyous experience. Now, don't get me wrong. There's going to be moments where you have to go inward and journey. Yeah, my eyes do. Also, too, my eyes change color. They're actually not brown, just so you know. They're green. Or green and yellow and a little bit of brown. All right, so next one is always think bigger, okay? Always think bigger, the law of thinking bigger. Think about that for a minute. I just want you to take that in because we went through a lot already, and I want this energy to really settle in. You catching me so far? You with me? All right. Thinking bigger picture always, okay? So whatever decision that you're making, say you trust your intuition and you're going down the path and something tells you to be cautious. And so you go into limited thinking, but then you remember the law of thinking bigger and you think about where you want to be, what you want to have, what you want to create. And then that propels you forward, okay? So this activates the timeline of the self that you were meant to be. All the intentions, the dreams, and the goals should be behind every action, decision, and every step that you take. Always choosing in alignment with your biggest vision of yourself. Not the self of today, not the self in an hour, but the self that is unlimited, ungated, free. Okay. And next is the frequency of money. The law of money. The frequency of money. Woohoo! So here's what, this is why I put one of the reasons why. So this particular law, when I taught it to someone, okay, they were able to manifest $80,000 cash in 10 minutes. So the law of money, okay? Law of money, the frequency of money. Money is just energy, and it can move from one place to another. It's not fixed by any one thing. The vibration of money is not built on worthiness or your own energy. It doesn't have any attachment to you, and it doesn't care. It's its own magic frequency, okay? And when you can understand how to not let money control you, and for you to start controlling money, because it really is just energy. And I don't mean control in the sense of hoarding, but what I mean is that when you understand it's just frequency, it's like water or your own vibration in your body. Like there's no difference. Okay, so I'm going to go to the next one. The universe wants you to have more, okay? To be more, to achieve more, to be the fullest expression that you came here to be. And so by limiting yourself, you are not expressing the fullness of the universe through you. And that's what you came here to do. The next, are you with me so far? Okay, good. The next law that I'm going to talk about is the law of giving. A lot of people give in order to receive. They think it's like karma, right? That what you give out is what you receive back, and they do it for that reason. But that reason is actually an ego frequency, because you think if I do good, then I'm going to get good. No, it's not how it works, okay? Being generous with your money and your time and your resources. We are meant to be serving from an overflow, not from our depletion. It's why I don't agree with tithing, because, and I'm going to go into a little bit of the religious point about this, but tithing in the church usually comes from feeling you have to, like, I have to give or else I'm not going to get brownie points and get into heaven. It doesn't work like that. You have to give from the overflow. And by this point, you've worked through so many steps that you will be in overflow. And so you can give from that overflow, the abundance of money, the abundance of time. And the steps of giving back are taking from, you take from discernment. Is this right? Number one, trusting your intuition and trusting the universe. And when you do that, the things that you give your time to or money to or what have you will not deplete you. And you won't feel obligation. And if and when you do feel obligated, let go. It's not meant to be that way. Deep breath. That was a little bit of a heavy hitter. I can feel that one deep in my chest. Okay. A lot of religious background that we have as a soul is built on this, tithe, give back. And it has caused a misalignment in the soul because we're giving money and resources and time from, we don't have it. And that's not how God, Jesus, the universe intended it to be. So I'll leave that there. All right. So the next one is to be present, okay? So this is the law of being present. So being present for people, it's not all about you, understanding the depths of service from the place, not from the place of ego, but from the place of true alignment and soul witness, okay? The next law is the law of being your word and being accountable. Okay. This is a big one because let's say you trust your intuition and then you make a decision and then you don't follow through. You lose respect for your soul. So do what you say. Okay. If you commit to something, do it. But also give yourself permission to look at prior to committing. Is it aligned? And trust your intuition. Because if you trust your intuition and you go down the path and you hold your word, it's not going to be out of alignment. So you won't have to pull back. Do what you say. And be accountable for what you say you're going to do. And build respect for your word to yourself, most importantly. So if you say, I'm going to read 10 books, read 10 books. If you say you're going to get up and walk, walk. Stop letting other people get in the way of what you committed to yourself to do, because you will lose respect for yourself and your soul will lose respect for you anyway. So don't do it. That's me scolding you. The next one is the law of judgment. Woo, judgment, 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 judgment. Who's with me? You still with me? Let me know. I'm going to pause for a minute and let you catch up. My little song and dance routine. Okay. The law of judgment. This is easy. This is not. Don't judge others. Don't judge yourself. Plain and simple. The reason why is because judgment is the frequency of separateness. I'm separate from you, or ego, right? Ego, I'm separate. I'm better. I've learned more. The separateness. The last one is leverage. Not the last one. This is like, we've got 4 more. Okay. I'm trying to keep on track because I lose my way. We all know this. Once I get channeling, that's it. And you're getting a mix of channeling and teaching here. So leverage, the law of leverage, leveraging your money, meaning what we typically do as intuitives is we don't think about letting money work for us, okay? And leveraging the money that you have in order to make your money grow. Leveraging your money, and this starts in the beginning with intuition. All right, so this next one is the law of growth. Yeah, so that was a big one. There's a lot of stuff moving around leveraging your money. The law of growth, allowing your money to invest, to create money to build upon itself. Okay, so saving money, investing money, all of those things, keeping cash on you, allowing your money to grow for you instead of thinking I have to hoard it all because this is all I get in life, that thing. So this next one is the law of being proud. And we are taught from a young age to not boast, to not be proud, to not make other people feel less than. And this law is kind of tricky, but it's easy once you understand it, to be proud, but humble. Because in truth, you need to own your powerful soul, not from an ego stance. That is separateness, but from the fact that you are an amazing soul that chose to be born into this life. And there is no question why you chose to come here now. Whew. How are you feeling? I'm going to check in with you. How are you doing? How are we doing? Are we good? We good? We good? We good? Okay. Okay. I'm checking in. All right. I know, right? It's a lot. I just went through 20 laws. Can you believe it? I mean, I literally just went through 20 laws. So this is what I'm going to say to you. These laws actually do work. These are things that I do on a regular basis. And my inside joke, for those who know, is that if I can teach if I can teach a monkey to do it who has no consciousness and is totally ego, and it works, you can do it too. And I say that because when you come from the power of compassion from your soul, and you desire to have a different relationship with wealth and opportunity, and you set that intention, there's nothing that's off limits for you. And you get to give back in the ways that you want to give back. And you get to help create a different world. And that's why I did this for free, because that's my goal, is to globally change the world. So with that being said, well, we had a couple that were mixed in. So anyway, what I will also share with you is if you're interested in Diamond Activator, that starts on August 9th. And if you want to combine it with a past vow release, PM me, because I don't have the link up for the Diamond Activator course. For the first 4 people that sign up, it's going to be 700 total. Not for the past vow session, but it's 28 days live with me. I'm going to go into what I didn't do here, which is the heart frequency and aligning to the wealth of your heart center, because we also have to include that, and that's not what was included in the first round when I went through it. So if you're interested in walking through that with me, this is a divine frequency that I brought in for you. I am happy to serve in your capacity here and to help you create wealth and opportunities that are aligned with your soul, to help you build that trust. How this shows up, and there's a lot of different ways it shows up. I kind of went through a little bit of those. Lots of burping, which means lots of energy. If you're wanting to do that and have that experience 28 days live with me, it's freaking epic. It is something I've never done before, in the sense of, now I've taught weekly classes, don't get me wrong, in person, but to do them for 28 days straight is literally unheard of for me. So you're so welcome for the information. I am more than happy to bless you with that. And if you want the, trying to clear my throat. If you want the information about the Diamond Activator class, I'm going to put the link in below. PM me for that information. Link in below, because there's already it's going to be in Facebook group, and go live every day for 28 days, and we're going to go over all this stuff in detail and how it shows up, and a lot more around how it personally shows up for you. So I don't have any spots left for the past vow clearing sessions that I did. I only had 5 of those. The reason why I only did 5 was because I knew how powerful they were, and I knew what would change as a result. I'm currently working out whether or not I want to put a package together for that. If you're interested in working with me one-on-one and building your soul legacy empire, also PM me for that, because that is epic. There's a few people that have already done that with me in this live, and they can tell you, hands down, it is the most, when you spend time with me one-on-one, it's a whole different experience. And when you go into the vibration of a group, it's also extensively powerful, because as we create together in a group, it's 10 times more powerful than I can ever do alone. So I love you all. I am completely honored to share this time with you tonight. And I'm blessed and honored that you gave me your time tonight. And please go out and be amazing, and hit me up if you want to know more. I love you all. Good night. I will see you soon.